Who is speaking? Everybody is muted.
Yes, I was wondering.
Wait, I have a little bit issue in sharing the house rules.
I could share. Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. Um, Hello, happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning.
I know it's
Happy
evening
morning.
already, but in SGBT Toastmaster Club, we always say happy morning to make sure that we have a morning spirit every day. So yeah, my name is Toastmaster Sony, and I'm your acting SAA for today. Before we get started, I will explain some house rules. I'll explain some house rules. First, be on time. So thank you for all of you who has joined the meeting on time. Second, rename yourself. If you are role taker, rename yourself as your role dash name. If you are Toastmasters, you can rename TM dash name or TM dash name dash your club if you are visiting Toastmasters. If you are a guest or non-Toastmasters member, you can rename yourself as G dash name. Third one, turn on your camera. We want to see all the beautiful and handsome faces here. Four, keep your microphone on mute while others are talking. So here we not also learn about speaking, but also learn about listening. Of course, when it's your turn to speak, don't forget to unmute yourself. The next one, be fully present. And last but not least, but is the most important, have fun. Yay! All right, so to start the meeting, I will give the control to our Madam President, Toastmaster Donna, to officially open the meeting. Toastmaster Donna, the screen is yours.
Okay. So, happy morning, everyone. Woohoo!
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Good
Happy
morning.
morning.
Hi. Oh, so happy to hear it. Could we have the next slide, please? Or I could request remote control. Okay. My name is Donna, and I am here to welcome you to SCBD Toastmasters Club, where we are supportive, courageous, brilliant, and determined since April 6th, 2005, named after the shiny, sparkling neighborhood of Jakarta. Next, please. We are part of Toastmasters International since 1924. We focus on public speaking and leadership skills with nearly 300,000 members worldwide in almost all countries. So if you want to make friends from all across the globe, this is the right place for you. Next, please. We believe in integrity, respect, service, and excellence. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And how do we do that? We do that through pathways. So there are 6 paths for you to choose from. If you want to do more projects and be seen at work, try dynamic leadership. If you want to grow a funny bone, try engaging humor. If you've never been on stage before, try try presentation mastery. There's always something for everyone. Next, please. And within those paths, there are so many different unique projects for you to choose from. We could plant awful audience members through difficult audience. You could make your own podcast. You could practice active listening. And you could make your own event through high performance leadership. Next, please. And being a Toastmaster is a chance for you to become a world public speaking champion, an international leader, a mentor to others, and a leader of your own terms. And we'd like to welcome our beloved neighbors. We have VP of Jakarta Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Brian. And then we have Toastmaster Rena. Hello. We have the awesome ET. Hi, Toastmaster Eleos. And Toastmaster Addie from Manhasset. Hello. Happy morning. Really honored to have all of you here tonight. And we also have our former division director and current speechcraft manager, distinguished Toastmaster Alfin, as well, our former president. Happy morning. Next, please. So, just so you don't miss it, we meet every Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. GMT plus 7, that is right now, online every week, and we meet at the Ministry of Education Library every ends of the month. So first and last week, but because we have so many Friday holidays, we're not meeting next week, and we're meeting online the next 2 weeks, but come back 13th of June for our election day! Woo! So look forward to that. Sign up if you haven't. No, please don't click that. Yes. So I will come back to you with those information. And I'd like to hand the control to our Toastmaster of the meeting, our VP Education, Toastmaster Leony. Time is yours.
Happy morning, everyone.
Happy
Happy
morning.
morning.
Okay, that's the
morning.
spirit that I've been looking for. Once more, happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Morning,
Okay, I like
morning.
that
Happy, happy.
sound. Okay. Today, I'll be your Toastmaster of the meeting. My name is Leony Octavia, and I will introduce you our theme for today, and also our word of the day, which is brilliant. It will be explained further later on with our grammarian. And for this theme, the distance a thought can travel. So why do we choose this theme? Because actually we want to celebrate the impact of ideas, because one single thought, when spoken out loud, can actually create changes, inspiring others, and also it could travel further beyond its original source. That is why we also have this question of the day. What is one quote that changed the way you see the world? So what is one quote that changed the way you see the world? You could put it on the chat box, but I will also call someone from the participant today to answer this question of the day. What is one quote that changed the way you see the world? I would like to ask Toastmaster Mia. Hello, Toastmaster Mia, how are you?
Hi, happy morning, everyone. Lovely to meet you all.
Happy morning. Can you answer this one question, Toastmaster Mia?
Well, I was quickly Googling and I found this one about yesterday from Mother Teresa. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today, and let us begin.
Okay. Can you
Elaborate?
once again? Yeah, and then elaborate. Why do you like that quote, and why it changed your life? Right.
Well, yesterday is gone, and then tomorrow has not yet come, and we have only today. It reminds me to be present as someone who's always constantly overthinking. I have too many monkey thoughts in my mind, so I think that's a good reminder for me to stay present and just do it.
I like that. Yeah, to stay present. You are right. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Mia. I'm
Thank
still
you.
calling her Toastmaster Mia because she's actually one of our club members back then, and she'll be back later when she's not busy. Anyway, maybe other wants to share their quote that changed the way you see the world. I would like to call guess it up. Perhaps would you like to share one quote that changed the way you see the world?
I think the quote that really resonates with me is definitely there is this quote from it's a Chinese proverb. It's said the journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. I think every one of us will definitely start has its own beginning when learning something, right? Including Toastmaster or maybe something else, or even in a new job. So I believe that whenever we are so overwhelmed with so many things to learn at the same time, I think just remember this quote that the journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. So take one day at a time. I totally agree with what Mia said earlier. And basically, whenever we just focus on whatever that we have right in front of us, we will not be too overwhelmed with the rest. So, and then let the day pass, and then we'll start again fresh the next day. Thank you.
Thank you, Gathitop. Yeah, that is a very powerful quote. Just use that one step, because if we don't start that one step, then we won't go anywhere, right? So yeah, that is a good reminder. Thank you, Gathitop. And maybe I have one more time for one more speaker. Yes, Basanda, would you like to share your one quote?
Thank you. Thank you, Leony. Yes, I really want to share my favorite quotes. I chose quotes from Rumi, a Persian philosopher. He said that yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. But today I'm so wise, so I'm changing myself. Yeah, why I love these quotes is that because when I was younger, I think I was so naive. And I think that I can control everything external around me, but uh, the world just flashy and also so many things going beyond control that actually some happening around us is we cannot control it. But as I get wiser in my adulthood, I believe that I have to change myself first, and my actions actually will direct some advantage to somebody else around me rather than I try to control them. That's it. Thank you, Leonie.
Well, thank you so much, Basanda. It is a powerful reminder for all of us. Yes, the start to change the world starts with we change ourselves first, and that's what we should do and we should focus on. Thank you so much. And now, if you have any other quote that we want to share, please put it on the chat box. Keep it coming so we could all learn from that one quote that you feel has changed you, how you view the world. Now, we go to the agenda for today. So we have this 4 session. The first one will be flash speech session. It's our newest, latest addition to our meeting, which is a 1 to 2 minutes speech, so that our members could share anything about maybe recommendation or insight. So it is just 1 to 2 minutes. And then we have prepared speech session, where our members will deliver their speech project. And next one, we have table topic session. Table topic session is something that we could all participate. And then the last one, but not least, it's actually the most important part of every Toastmasters meeting, which is evaluation session. And for the evaluation session, it will be led by our general evaluator for today, which is none other is our past president, Toastmaster Garda Widi Nura. So, Toastmaster Garda, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Madam Tom. Happy morning, my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Garda, and tonight I will be serving as the General Evaluator for today's meeting. And I noticed that there are some of you who has been not yet joining Toastmasters meeting, and this might be your first time. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy what we have to offer. And as part of our learning process in Toastmasters, I will not be working alone today because my team, or my call it as my Power Rangers, that are 5 members in Power Ranger teams, right? So there will be 5 working people alongside with me, including myself, that will be evaluating or working with you in order to make this meeting run smoothly. And first, I would like to invite our timer, that is Toastmaster Donna, to present what the timer does and how it goes for the smooth running of this meeting. So, Toastmaster Donna, over to you.
Hello. Thank you to our GE Toastmaster Garda. Happy morning, everyone. I am back. My name is Donna, and I am here to introduce myself as the timer. So my job is to, well, keep the time. Digitally, the way that is done is through this background. So we have four. We have 4 different sessions today. The first one is the flash speech session, and it'll be using the table topics timing. So when the speakers have reached 1 minute of speech, they will receive, or they will see, a green background like so. And then when they have reached 90 seconds, they will see a yellow background. And at 2 minutes, I will change it to a red background like so, at which they have 30 seconds to wrap up their speech. And after that, we will have our prepared speech session where I will change the background into green at 5 minutes, and then into yellow at 6 minutes, and into red at 7 minutes. Because we have a first-time speaker, aka icebreaker speech, that's a little bit special. I will turn my background into green at 4 minutes, and then yellow at 5 minutes, and red at 6 minutes, at which they have 30 seconds to answer, to wrap up their speech. And then I have the evaluation timing. So evaluators have 2 minutes. Hold on. Evaluators have up to 3 minutes to finish their evaluations. So at 2 minutes, I will change the background to green. And then at 2.5, I'll change the background to yellow. And at 3 minutes, I will change it to red, at which they have 30 seconds to wrap up their evaluations. So, to answer the question of the day, what is one quote that changed the way you see the world? It is something I heard from my religious teacher in elementary school. Well, I think she's my home grade. She's my homeroom teacher, not that. My homeroom teacher said, make sure that you live so well that you don't end up being a corpse alive. So meaning like you have to live your life to the fullest. Make sure that like you're not a living corpse and you're living the best. And I still follow that. Sometimes if you misinterpret it, it can become like overactiveness and then overworking. But I think it reminds me to, remember to live. So I'll hand the control back to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Donna, for explaining your role as a timer. And also thank you for sharing your favorite quote that really depicts how you would see the world on your point of view. And for those of you who are still not familiar with what does the timing signal functioning in this meeting, well, basically in Toastmasters, you are also wanted to try and also enhance how would you use your time effectively as a speaker. So this timing signal will help you to mind the limit of how far you can deliver your speech, because at the end of the day, you want to use your time effectively. Thank you, Toastmaster Donna. And next, we have our Ah-WoD counter. That will be Toastmaster Febrilliant to introduce what does your role as Ah-WoD counter. So Toastmaster Febri, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Garda. And hello, everyone. Happy morning. My name is Fran Hussein from Jakarta Toastmaster Club. Today, I would like to, no, it's my honor, it's my privilege, and I'm happy that my name resemble exactly the word of the day that we use, that is brilliant. And what is the role of Ah-WoD counter is that I'm going to listen carefully about how you deliver your speech and specifically on the filler sound and filler word. So this actually disturb your message and your speech. And I really note that because sometimes we are not aware of our filler word and filler sounds. So what are filler words? Filler words is a word that you use repeatedly that dilutes your message. Um, things such as and, well, but and then filler sound is a sound that you make repeatedly that dilutes also your message, things such as and lastly, I also want to count the WOD word of the day, that is a brilliant. So please insert that in your speech, whether it's in your flash speaker, prepared speech, evaluations, and table topic speech. And later, I would like to give my report when called upon by the GE. I think that's all. I give the time in control to our Toastmaster Garda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Febri, and what a brilliant explanation. Is your job today as RWO. Please count that as WOD. The WOD one from me, right? Toastmaster Febri. And well, I just use one filler word, so you can also count that. But before we proceed, what is your favorite quote, Toastmaster Febri?
I think my favorite quote is "Life is struggle." It's it's a reminder for me to always fight, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword for me because when you are in a constant of fight, you can't enjoy your life. It's exactly the opposite of Donna, that you have to live your life to the fullest extent. And now I'm starting to search all of my feed was about is about going to vacation, it's about cloud, it's about flowers, and I really want to schedule someday just to feel relaxed and enjoy with nature more than living in the city. So your quote about live your life to the fullest is really a reminder for me that I need to get that because I fed up with life is struggle.
Wonderful and answer, Toastmaster Brian, the brilliant Brian. All right, next we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Harlina. Please introduce yourself and your role. You're still muted, Toastmaster Harlina. Oh, okay.
Sorry, thank you so much, Toastmaster Garda, our general evaluator. So I will be your grammarian today. I will first explain the word of the day. The word of the day we have already heard. It's brilliant. Brilliant is actually an adjective. It means bright. It can also mean exceptional, clever. It can also mean marvelous, but that's more an informal use of the adjective. Then again, it can also be a noun. It's a type of a diamond that is really cut in a brilliant way. So I hope that you can use the word of the day as often as possible. One way how to attention to the way how you use your language. And I will also write down some beautiful phrases uttered by you in this meeting. Thank you very much. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Brilliant, Toastmaster Harlina or Ibu Harlina. I always consider herself as our mom in Toastmasters. And yeah, Bu Harlina, perhaps you may also mention or share to us what is your favorite quote that you would describe about the world.
Okay, maybe this quote can be understood a little bit by Toastmaster Lorna. It's actually in Dutch. Als twee honden vechten om een been, dan gaat de derde ermee heen. It means when two dogs fight over a bone, then the third dog will go away with it. So that is why when I see two people fighting on about one thing, then I will look for the third person who may benefit from this fight. Back to you, Toastmaster Garda.
Wow. You know, I suddenly miss the terms in Dutch language, it reminded me of the moment when I spoke Dutch, 3 years ago. So dank you well, Madam Harlina.
Alsjeblieft.
Meeting, I will use a website link and I will put it in the chat box later after each session. And during each Belcast, you're going to vote for the most brilliant speaker, most brilliant table topic speaker, and the most brilliant evaluator. And please use your right to vote to encourage the speakers. And by the end of the meeting, we will have a Hall of Fame for the most voted speakers. Can't wait to hear your speech, everyone, and back to you, Toastmaster Garda.
Brilliant explanation, Toastmaster Vincent. Thank you so much. And you may also share your favorite quote and what is it, Toastmaster Vincent?
My most favorite quote, I think some of you already heard of this, winners never quit and quitters never win. The meaning is, it is to emphasize the importance of perseverance and determination in order to achieve your goal. It suggests that if you give up on your goal, it will likely lead to failure, while persistent endeavor, even in the face of challenge, it will improve your chance of winning. Yeah.
All of us has such brilliant ideas to share with, and we all can learn together. And before I give the control back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, I will share my favorite quote. And since Toastmaster Harlina earlier shared about something in Dutch, I will share something in Italian. Well, I'm not an Italian speaker myself, but my favorite quote is, and will always be, ancora imparo. So maybe some of you have heard of it. Long time ago, an Italian sculptor, an artist, Michelangelo Buonarroti, said about this, ancora imparo. And this is something that I truly reflect on myself a lot. How I would see myself in the future, how I would perceive the world as it is, because ancora imparo means, and yet I still am learning, because that is the essential thing of myself as a person, that along the journey, I will always be learning. Just like today, I'm joining SVT Toastmasters and serving as the general evaluator after such a long time. I didn't take a role in this meeting, and this is also a platform for me to learn. And it keep always be like that, to take a leap of faith and to take chances whenever you can, and because this is a time for you to learn. So that is all for my Rangers, and I'll give the control back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Leony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Garda, for such a brilliant team introduction. And it was amazing that we heard so many quotes, not just from English, but also from many languages. It was so brilliant. Keep on saying our word of the day. Anyway, I think we are behind the schedule, so I think we should just move right into our first session, which is flash speech question, which is the first one in our club meeting. And today we have two flash speech speakers. The first one is our ballot counter, Toastmaster Vincentius. Toastmaster Vincentius will deliver his class speech session that has this title of the most beautiful music. So it's going to be interesting. Toastmaster Vincentius, the most beautiful music, Toastmaster Vincentius.
Sorry, am I audible now?
Spotlight, please.
Okay, yes. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
You're audible, but not visible. Oh, there you are.
Yes, hello everyone. For this flash speaking session, I would like to share to all of you about one of my favorite book. The title is How to Influence and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So basically, it's a book about how can you easily make friends by easy words, how to make friends with anyone around you. And one of the most interesting chapter from this book is how can you make a good first impression to the person who you just met. The first chapter mentioned that you should remember the name of the person you just met, no matter what. For example, I would like to call on one of my guests here. Sorry, is there Oni? Are you here with me? Guest Oni?
Yes, Vincent.
Okay, yes, okay. Okay, I'm sure we haven't met before anywhere, everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. My name is Vincent. Nice to meet you, guest Oni, and welcome to this meeting. Okay. Just now, I just show to all of you how to remember easily the person you just met. It is to mention his name. So I just mentioned his name Oni, and I'm sure I will remember your name. And next time, maybe if we meet in the next meeting, and I hope I can meet you in the hybrid meeting, maybe in the offline session, I will meet you and I will greet you. I'm sure you will be happy to meet me. Thank you for listening. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vincentius. I just say the wrong name. That actually explains the very important things to do, and I just say the wrong name. So thank you, Toastmaster Vincentius Gani. Okay, for Gani Vincentius, for reminding us that the most beautiful music. I thought he's going to tell us about his favorite music, but apparently it's about the most beautiful things that we could hear is our own name. So remember, guys, don't do things like me saying wrong names, okay? Always remember other people's names. Write it down. Now, for the next speaker, we have Distinguished Toastmaster Alfin Abrar. So Distinguished Toastmaster Alfin Abrar will have his class speech with the title of Selfie. Now, without further ado, let's welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Alfin Abrar. Selfie, Distinguished Toastmaster Alfin Abrar.
Thank you, Madam Tom. Happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Thank you. How many of you attend our Bandung conference last couple weeks?
Me.
Okay, can you give your virtual thumb if you come to Bandung conference? Well, yeah, I met Flo, I met Donna, Sony, Leony. Finally, I met Leony. I met Garda as well, Bu Harlina. So happy. That's the happiest moment in my Toastmasters journey, going to conference. Because I have a theory that the longer I met someone in online, and later on, if I met her or him on site, I will be very happy, because, like feeling that, oh, I miss these people so much. Talking about Bandung conference, I'll share you a story. At the time, I met Kim Seong. He is the past international director. I was so shy beside him. But immediately he said, "Hey, let's take a selfie." Wow, a past international director asked me to selfie? And after that, Kim Seong said to me, "Alfin, you must take a lot of selfie. This is once a year moment." And just like that, I take many selfies. I take selfies with Arif Azhari, past regent advisor. I take selfie with Lai, Bu Maimuna. I also take selfie with Ibu Rona, many people, Clarence or table topic champions, Elizabeth. And what I feel after taking selfie, my confidence is rising. I feel bigger after that because just for taking selfie is moving from my comfort zone. So fellow Toastmasters, I invite you, if you met someone here on site, please take a selfie. It will boost your confidence. Like what I did with Kim Seong, and look at him. He was so competitive. Even when I take selfie, he also took selfie. Back to you, Leon.
Thank you. This is also Alfin Abrar. So yeah, if you are in the networking session, please take selfies with many people so that you could have something to talk with them, because I think that's the first thing that you could do. Hi, can I get a selfie? And then you could introduce yourself and then you could talk more. By the way, I don't see any selfies with me. Wow. Gitu ya. Okay. All right, now we're going to move to the next one. Would be our timer report for our fast speech section. Toastmaster Donna, could you have the report, please?
Okay. Oh, hello. Okay, so everyone, I'd like to give you the time report for the flash speech session. First, we have Toastmaster Vincent at 2 minutes and 8 seconds. And second, we have Toastmaster Alfin at 2 minutes and 34 seconds, which makes him ineligible for voting. Are we voting? I think we are. So that is my report. I'd like to hand. No, we're not voting. So good for everyone. We are not voting. Nice. Okay, so I'll hand the control back to our Toastmaster at the meeting, Toastmaster Leony.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Donna. No, we don't. We were not going to vote for our first speech session. But yes, it's great to know that we should always be within the time, because we have to learn to be efficient, not just brilliant, but also efficient. Anyways, let's move on to our next section, which is the prepared speech session. Now, the first one, I would like to introduce our very first icebreaker speech from our newest member. So I would like to call her evaluator first to introduce her. Toastmaster Florentina, could you introduce our first speaker?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
All right. Okay. Happy morning, everyone. First of all, I want to congratulate Toastmaster Auliya for her courageous step for her icebreaker. Clap, everyone! Clap! Why everyone not clapping? Clap first. Okay.
Yeah,
now.
thank you.
Today, we have the privilege of hearing from Toastmaster Auliya, who will be delivering her presentation mastery pathways, Level 1, Project 1 Icebreaker. The purpose of this project is for members to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structures of public speech. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Auliya. A little bit about me, Auliya Roma. Auliya Roma, a little bit about me.
Okay, hello. Good morning, everyone. I want to introduce myself. My name is Auliya. I am originally from Surakarta, Central Java, and I firstly knowing Toastmasters from my first elder bro, who his name is Satrio, who has joining Batavia Toastmasters Club first. Then I'm I'm interested to join in another club such as ECBD club. Then my main reason to join Toastmaster ICBT club is to friendly my English speech and also to get wider connection from other people, especially from overseas. Yeah. Actually, I am an ambivert. Maybe your first impression will be will be give the variety of impressions. Because sometimes I look so introvert, then sometimes I look so extrovert. Yeah, depend on each of the person. Yeah, and then actually I don't have uh, an exact hobby, but in free time I like to watching Netflix film. Yeah, I like watching Netflix film then rather than series I, because I can finish it from one sit. Yeah, then if I watching Netflix series, I have to pause it for and waiting for other episodes. Yeah, rather yeah sometimes I feel so impatient and I feel too curious. Then my favorite meals are I love cheese. I also love chocolate and also love matcha. Yeah, anything with adding some cheese, chocolates, and matcha. Then, mm, then because my originally came from Surakarta, my childhood was mostly spent in Solo until I started my bachelor and my master in Jogja. I stayed I stayed in Jogja in Pogung region because my campus is near from my dorm and the location is in the what and the location is also near from everywhere, including the cafe, karaoke, and also the the restaurants. Okay. Um, I really enjoyed in Jogja because I can freely often strolling around in Jogja by myself. Yeah, even though by Gojek or yeah, by Gojek, yeah, by Gojek, even until not midnight, yeah, until evening. And I have a lot of friends there. So so in my opinion, Jogja is the most peaceful city in Indonesia, as I know. Then, uh, actually in Jogja, in Jogja, uh, in Jogja, actually in Jogja, what's actually in Jogja, I have a background in architecture, but my specializing in the urban studies. I'm actually keen of strolling around the city by myself with public transport, then that's safety. Um, I also keen interest with landscaping that it connect with urban planning. Okay. Then actually when I was a kid, I had a dream to be a doctor, but when the selection of the university I could fail it, and then finally I entered the engineering faculty that the major was architecture. Then during my study, I interest about urban and housing studies. I also rather interest about culture and heritage study in architecture. Then it brought me to my last job in the Ministry of Culture. My testimony is it was unique experience enough because I meet new people who have so different background from my personal background, even though from it, sorry, okay, from it, uh, I also got dif- I also got dif- got I also get difficulties. I also got difficulties to look the job because to take the job because of my less knowledge about cultural heritage and the law about heritage, but it was quite interesting. Yeah, yeah, that's all about my speaking tonight. And then if you want to know about more about me, it's okay to contacting me through my social media and my WhatsApp account. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Auliya, for having that brilliant courage to introduce yourself today in our club, SDBD Toastmasters Club. I want every one of you to unmute yourself and say congratulations, Toastmaster Auliya. Unmute yourself.
Congrats,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Master Auliya.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Re. Congratulations.
All right. So congratulations once again to Professor Auliya for making this first very step toward your knowledge and increasing best version of yourself. Thank you so much, Professor Auliya. And now let's move on to our next speaker. It is our acting SIA for today, Toastmaster Sonny. And Toastmaster Sonny will be evaluated by our evaluator, Toastmaster Ari. So I would like to give the control to Toastmaster Ali to introduce Toastmaster Sonny's speech today. Toastmaster Ali, the screen is yours.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Leony. So hello everyone, my name is Ari, and here I am visiting from the other clubs, the Manhasset Fort Washington Toastmasters. And today I will be the evaluator for the speech from Toastmaster Sunny. This is the part of the team building as the second speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to build the cohesive team and host an event. And the purpose of his second speech is especially to share some aspect of his or her experience in building a team or leading a team building event. So, Toastmaster Sonic, with the speech titled Community Building. Community Building, Toastmaster Sonic, stage is yours.
Thank you. I was supposed to make a team building event. What I accidentally made was a committee building event. Last month, I was appointed as the organizing chair for SJaBAT Toastmaster anniversary. We came together with the committee to plan ahead to the event, and we came to one conclusion, whether we would choose a networking session or a table topic session. Then, my brilliant mind said, why not both? So I chose to include the table topic as part of our networking session, as well as making this as my team building activities in this event. We made the table topic in a small group with some moderators to join several guests together, answering questions, hoping that it would strengthen the bonding between people in the group. Since the event needs a lot of hands, we then asked fellow SJaBAT Toastmaster member to join as a committee. And I was so glad that almost all members were said yes to be the committee. So I got a lot of help, a lot of hand to help. And I felt so grateful of that. Until at the D-Day, I just realized that the number of the committee is more than the number of the guests. And I was thinking, so who's gonna be the attendance of this session, of this team building session? And then everyone just said, let's just let the committee to be the guest lab. So here how it goes. The committee become the guest, become the participant of that team building event. During the event, I was so grateful for all of the committee, especially the one who started the event, handled the event nicely, so that we can get the vibe, can get the bonding vibe since the very beginning. So when it's my turn to share the table topic X networking session, the bonding was already there. I was happy so that my job wasn't so difficult. And then I saw everyone sat down in a group already, gathering together, answering the questions, talk like a close friend. For a second, I was happy. Until the second, I was doubting myself that, hold on, did they strengthen the bonding because of my event or because of the previous event that happened before this table topic session? If that's the case, then my table topic session was no use at all. I could not hold that overthinking until the end of the event. However, I kept it for myself. However, at the end of the event, I saw people start mingling together. All SJaBAT Toastmaster members start meeting one another. They say that they are so grateful to meet some person that they never met in person. Especially our beloved VP, Toastmaster Leony, that said that was her first ever offline event in SGBT Toastmaster that she attended. Although later I just knew that she came actually for the food. At that moment, my overthinking was gone, replacing with a self-reflection on me. This is actually the team bonding is for. A good team bonding is the one that can strengthen the bonding not only during the session, but also after the session. And seeing how people can still mingling together, can talk together like a close friend even after the session, after the event. And I think until now, hopefully, it made my heart full and warm. I was so grateful that I gave the space to all the members to meet, to know each other, to be closer together, and to strengthen the bonding as a fellow members. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, my team building turns to be committee building. But do you think it was a failure? Turns out it wasn't. I remember on my first speech, my evaluator asked me to find the why I should make this team building event. And the reason why I would like to make this team building event is to strengthen the bonding between SGBD Toastmasters member. And since almost all SGBD Toastmaster member becomes the committee, that kind of team bonding who are full of the committee as a member, as a guest, as a participant, that still fulfill the purpose because they are still an SGBD members anyway. This gives me a lesson that sometimes things didn't go as planned, but things will always go much better than we planned. Thank you very much for everyone who has attended the SGBD anniversary event last time. See you next time in the another team building that hopefully this is not going to be a team committee building event, but of course, with a different organizing chat. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tony. And yes, I can vouch that the event was brilliantly put well. So it was such a brilliant idea from Toastmaster Sony, and we did have bonding on this section of table topic and also networking. And so it was amazing. Now, everyone, please unmute yourself and say, congratulations, Toastmaster Sony.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Master Sony.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Sony. And yeah, we'll be waiting for your next event. Make sure that there's a food there and I'll be there. Okay. Now let's move on to the most awaited session. And this session is going to be so special because our table topic speakers king agreed to be our table topic masters for today. So without further ado, let us welcome Toastmaster Eleos Theophilus to the screen as our table topic master. Toastmaster Eleos, the screen is yours.
Okay, I think we should go with time report.
All right.
Yeah, time report
I'm so
first.
sorry. Time report
That's why.
first. I'm sorry. Toastmaster Donna.
Yes. Okay, I do that too. No problem, Toastmaster Leony. I was this close to spotlighting Toastmaster ET. Okay, I forgot myself. Okay, well, happy morning, everyone. I'm here to deliver the time report. Show Toastmaster Auliya Her time is at 8 minutes and 1 second. She is ready to deliver a keynote speech. And second, we have Toastmaster Sunny at 6 minutes and 53 seconds. So, Toastmaster Sunny is eligible for voting. I'd like to hand the control back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Leony.
Okay, so since we only have one eligible speaker, we don't need any ballot casts. So I think we could move on to our next session. I already introduced Toastmaster Eleos back then. Now I'm going to introduce him again. Let us all welcome Toastmaster Eleos Theophilus as our table topic masters. Toastmaster Eleos, the screen is yours.
Okay, sound check. Can you hear me and see me before I start? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cannot.
Oh, cannot. Okay, I will speak with sign language then. Just kidding. Okay, good morning, brilliant thinkers, sparkling speakers, and those of us who still talk to ourselves in the shower for feedback. Today's theme is the distance a thought can travel. And let me tell you, some of my thoughts have traveled so far. They have left me behind in traffic. Some thoughts go from the brain to the heart, some go from the inspiration to perspiration. And some go from what a brilliant idea to why am I holding a glue at 2 a.m. building a cat-sized parachute? Well, just let it go. But word of the day is brilliant, and the quote of the day is what is one quote that changed the way that you see the world? For me, never trust an atom. They make up everything. Yes, it changed the way I feel science and people. Now for the table topic itself, I will throw you a question like a verbal boomerang. You may not expect it, but with enough confidence, it comes right back and hits the audience with applause. You will have 1 to 2 minutes to respond. At 1 minute, you will see a green light. That means you are brilliant. At 1 minute 30, it is yellow. Wrap it up and stay in. Come on, wrap it up. And at red, which in Toastmasters mean speaker. So loosen those jaw muscle, activate those neurons, and let's see how far your thoughts can be. Hopefully farther than my gym membership ever did. So let's pick for the first speaker. Oh, Alfin is there. Okay, Alfin. Are you ready?
No.
Okay, good. If you are ready, then I'm not ready. And if you are
Ready.
not ready, I'm ready. So here goes your question, Alfin. Boom. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever had a simple thought that led to life-changing decision? You can share a personal story where a fleeting idea turned into something brilliant. Well, the tips for you is personal story. Share your journey from idea to brilliance. Toastmaster Alfin, life-changing decision. Life-changing decision, Toastmaster Alfin.
I was once living a life that is very complicated, that I was so afraid to make mistakes. Hello, Toastmasters, have you ever feel like this? Like making mistake will kill me. Have you ever feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, was there so many times. And then one day I watched Yes Man movie. Everybody watch Yes Man movie? I hope so. And at that movie encouraged me to always say yes to everything. And the other message is to do something that you're afraid. The more afraid you do something, the more encourage you have to do it. And that is a life-changing moment for me. In my office, someone asked me to become MC. Alfin, can you become MC? I'm so afraid. Yes. And that's a life-changing. And since that, people recognize me excellent in public speaking. Fellow Toastmasters, I challenge you, if you feel something is terrifying, you met someone in conference who is so high profile, just say, hi, what's your name? My name is Alfin, where are you from? And just like that, we unlock all of your potential. Because how you can grow if you still in the comfort zone, but always, comfort zone always moving. Once you are established with one style, doing something that terrifies, now do things that's more terrifying. Share others what you learn. So that is the life-changing moment for me, doing something that's terrifying. The more terrifying the things, the more encouraged, the more urgency I have to do it. I hope you guys can do it as well, because it will be a life-changing experience. Back to you, E.T.
Oh, brilliant, Alvin. That's such wonderful. And speaking of brilliant, that's the word of the day, yeah? Feel free to brilliantly shine, brilliantly share, and even brilliantly stall for time. Use the word of the day, and who knows? You might earn bonus imaginary points, redeemable nowhere but in our admiration. So let's go to the second speaker. It is Ali. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here is your question. Boom. If your thoughts
Wow,
could
that's so small.
physically travel,
Yeah.
where would they go first and why? For the physical journey, if thoughts could move, where first you will go? And the tips here is the creative exploration. You can unleash metaphorical thinking. Go, take it away. Ari, where would they go first and why? Where would you go first and why, Ari?
Okay. Have you ever wondered the depth of the sea and see it by yourself? Or see something like my background, the universe? So if I am able to travel to anywhere and physically, if it's possible, I would like to go to the depth of the sea or to see the universe by myself. Why should I do that? Well, this is a trivial fact that you might need to know or could improve your knowledge. That this world, our Earth, like they say the 70% of Earth is the sea. I think that's too much. But let's say just 60%. 60% of Earth is the sea. And we haven't explored it. We have a lot of depth of the sea that we never see. We might only see the surface. And you can also think about the universe. The universe is so big, so fast, and we might always wonder, do we only sentient people or sentient creature in this world? So all of this might be a brilliant idea to explore the unknown. But deep in my heart, I know the thing that I really want to see, rather than the depth of the sea or the vast of the universe, I want to know what is actually in my brain, okay? I really want what is actually going on in my brain. Because I have a lot of thoughts, and how does it work? It's still a mystery. Sometimes I don't know how it happens to me. So yeah, if I can visit by myself, I would like to go to the universe, the depth of the sea, or find out about myself. Thank you.
Wow, brilliant answer, Ari. And yes, I have the same answer actually. But this time I would like to go to the Marvel Cinematic Universe or DC Universe. Yes, DC Cinematic Universe. I love superheroes so much. And yes, I would like to call some of our guests here if you are ready. Either Intan, Nancy, Sinta. You can raise your hand or Yes, you can just unmute yourself and say, hi.
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 Sorry.
First, name, please. Can you unmute and say your name? Hello, oh,
Hi.
who is?
I think I can go first.
Oh,
I
okay,
wonder
Nancy
if
then. Sure. Can you open your video?
I'm using my phone currently. Earlier, I got kicked out a few times, and I wonder if, yeah, wait a sec. I wonder if, oh, I think I will not be able to use my video currently, and I wonder actually if I'm still on the line.
Yes, you
It's
are.
freezing. Okay, yeah. Pardon. There was
Yeah, are
like
you
a
ready?
some yes. There's some connection issues, and I was getting
Yeah.
kicked in and out of the meeting, and I did
Yeah.
mention in the chat that unfortunately I need to check again. What was the ask for this?
Oh, so you can go now or after this?
Oh, maybe I'll follow on. Yeah.
Now, yeah. You go now, yeah.
Yes.
Are you ready?
What is the ask? What should I do?
You are answering the question. You are answering the question. I will give you the question after this. Are you ready? Yes or no?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, here it is. Your question. Screen. And I just sit here. Nancy, what's one quote or thought you return to when life gets tough? And you are returned to a quote when thoughts watch you. And the tip is inner philosophy. Reflect on your guiding mantra. One quote.
I
One quote.
think when life gets tough, Tenjo Tenge Yuiga Dokson. That is one of the quote by, well, it's allegedly by Buddha. It's in Japanese, Tenjo Tenge Yuiga Dokson. So above the heaven and earth, I am the only one. So it might sounds very cheeky, and some people say that it might sound very snobby, and it sounds like you're telling yourself that you're the best in the world. But actually, in some perspective, that word in above heaven and above and below the earth, I'm the only one. That can also mean that you are considering yourself precious. There's only one of you. So when life really get tough, I always remembering this when I'm depressed, that well, there's only one me. I need to protect myself. I need to persevere and plow through the day. That's my inner philosophy and quote. I hope it's fine.
Wow.
I'm really sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no worries. That's so philosophical. My one quote is always be like, oh, wait. On my hand.
Thank you very much
Sleep.
for the time, Tim. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
my first time ever to join a Toastmaster, and
Oh.
as I mentioned that the chat is like in and out, so I might not
Yeah.
be able to recall the instructions. Terribly sorry. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. My cat is speaking your name, so I just listening to my cat purring and meowing, and then yes, your name.
Yes.
Your name is there, and I should pick you there. I believe in my cat so much. Cat is like the god itself in my home. So yes, I will go with the next speaker. I saw Rona hand. Can I go with Rona? Can you turn on your video, Rona? We have our South African friend here, so I need to call her. Rona, are you ready for this?
Always.
Oh, okay. If you're ready, please say brilliant.
Brilliant.
Okay, here it is for you. Rona, do you believe a brilliant idea can come from a complete stranger? Share a moment when that happened to you. The strangest idea, grand brilliance come from anyone? And here's the tips, the chance of encounters. Share moments of unexpected insight. Complete stranger. Rona. Rona. Complete stranger.
I went to Paris last week and I met someone I never expected to meet at the conference. I did not understand what the conference was about. It was a scientific conference on metrology. And I'd like to ask how many people in this room right now know what metrology is? Because I don't have much time, I'm going to tell you what it is. Metrology is the science of measurement. So how we understand a kilogram, a second, a meter internationally. And this person, I went there to listen to what metrology is. But she came up with an idea about teaching young people about metrology and about science and data handling. And I didn't ever think of it the exact way she taught me that day. What has happened is, right now, we are about to open a few labs in South Africa, and that is not even a week later, where we are going to upskill staff of institutions where measurement is an important issue. And we are going to have labs to upskill young people to teach them about the science of metrology. And in this way, we're starting a business. We are also starting what we call an NPO or NGO. I'm not sure which concept you use. But if I had not gone to that conference that particular day, I would never have met this woman. I would never understand what metrology means. And I would not be about to open quite a significantly good business in my country. And at the same time contribute to the output of scientists that will come from the populace of our country, which are predominantly people of, poor means who don't always get a chance to go to university. That is my contribution, and I'm sorry, my voice is giving in. Again, chance meetings like this would never happen if you don't put yourself out there. And so I urge you to consider, when you get a chance to go to a place, don't just go sit in your hotel room, and don't just go and sit in a conference and not listen. Back to you, Eleos. Toastmaster of the meeting, sorry.
Oh, yeah, just speak to me, no worries. Okay, let's get on my camera. And yes, I think I should attend to the conference also, but this time maybe the conference of the cats. Meow 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 meow. I would like to talk with the cats there and get some cat friends and pal friends. Yes, of course. I would like to call the last name. I'm having some trouble here. There is Intan and Sinta missing and asking to be the last question. So to make it a challenging, both of you can purring like a cat.
E.T. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Is he freezing? Is he freezing?
He is, yes. Okay, since our Toastmaster, table topic master is not available. So guest Intan and guest Sinta, would you like to do a digital rock, paper, scissors on screen to pick who's gonna go? Okay. Oh, he's back. I was talking about rock, paper, scissors so that they don't have to
Okay.
now.
Okay, then go. Who is going?
Yes. Where's Jacinta? If she's not here, we'll go with Intan.
If Shinta wants to go, it's all right with me. there will be another time, right?
Okay. Hello.
So
Can
who
you
is?
turn on your microphone, please? Oh, yes. Ita, you can go ahead.
Oh yeah, okay. I will go with Intan, yeah. Intan, I think you are this
The
distant by
chosen
the
one.
the chosen one by the cat card.
Right, okay.
And yes, wait, let me find my question here. Okay, here it is. The question for you, Intan.
All right.
Pronouncing its brilliance in hindsight. And the tips here is the learning moments, stories of missed choices, or the aha moment.
Okay, I will try. So first of all, I'm a first timer, so I hope I don't do really bad. But I don't think it will be a thought. It's more of an opportunity that I missed. So there was this one, like job posting where I got to work with the refugees in the refugee camp in one of the cities in Indonesia. And at that time, I'm also working in the same organizations, but in different like units. And at that time, I was like, I was unsure whether I could be the person to be in that positions, although a lot of my work colleagues encouraged me to do so. I kept on saying, no, I don't think I can take it. I don't think I have it in me to just, do all the things that they need. I don't think I can empathize with them more than other people. And then, okay, when the job posting was closed, I was just like, okay, it's fine. And then, suddenly one of my closest colleagues got, know the person who got chosen. And I've heard a lot of great stories about it. And what I regret the most is that it's not about, I just hate that I didn't believe in myself enough to try it. I don't even know. I didn't even know I was going to be selected, but I could try. I could understand what the interview was about. I could at least try to, be confident and just give it a try. So it was one of my not so brilliant moment in life that I wish I could, go over. But yes, if I mean, it made me think that well, if there's an opportunity, I better not miss it because not sometimes, because most of the time it doesn't go twice.
Thank you, Intan. And yes, that's why you should take table topics because we never know that you will never have another chance. But
Yes,
for
that's true.
those, I have still 3 questions after this meeting. We can have those 3 questions be answered by you. And yes, this time my cat is leaving the house. I throw him away because I put on Doraemon on my house right now. And yes, that's all from me. And just a small promotion here. If you can come to our club event here, World Travelers, go to my go to my virtual background to see the information, and I'll give it back to Leony. Back to you, Leony.
Thank you, our brilliant host table topic master for today. So usually it is our table topic speakers, but now he's becoming our table topic master for today, bringing his spiritual cat with him. And thank you so much for all the participants. Now let's have the timer report for the table topic speaker. Mr. Donna, screen is yours.
Hello. I am here to deliver the time report for table topic speakers. So first we have distinguished Toastmaster Alfin at 2 minutes 22 seconds. Then we have Toastmaster Ari at 2 minutes 9 seconds. We have guest Nancy at 1 minute 9 seconds. We have Toastmaster Lorna at 2 minutes 44 seconds. And we have guest Intan at 1 minute 45 seconds. All of these, only one is ineligible to be voted, and that is Toastmaster Lorna at 2 minutes 44 seconds. Everyone else will be eligible to be voted. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting. Toastmaster Leony.
Thank you, Donna, for the time report. So now let's move on to the ballot cast. Toastmaster Vincent, are you ready for the link of our table topic speakers?
Sorry, please wait. I'm still preparing. Please wait, sorry.
Oh, okay. So while we are waiting for Toastmaster Vincent to prepare the ballot cast, I think we could move on to our next session.
Let's take a picture.
Oh yeah, let's take a picture first. That's it.
Okay.
Take a picture first.
I could take the picture. Okay, everyone, biggest smile. Okay, turn on your cameras if you haven't already. Okay, look at all these wonderful faces. Guest Nancy, Toastmaster Vincent, Toastmaster Kayum, distinguished Toastmaster Kayum, and people on the second page, can't see you. I'll take a picture in 3. Okay, hold on. Toastmaster Vincent is sending his message right when I screenshot it. One more time. Keep your smile. Make sure they're dry. Dry your teeth in 3, 2, 1. Ding! Okay. One more time. Something brilliant. Do jazz hands. Woohoo! Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you. On to the Toastmaster of the meeting.
All right, thank you, Donna, for leading the photo session. And our ballot counter, Vincentius, already put the link to vote. So please vote for your favorite table topic speaker. Now let's move on to the most important section for today, which is evaluation session. And it will be led by our general evaluator, Toastmaster Garda. I would like to invite him. Toastmaster Garda, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Madam Tom. And after hearing such wondrous and also brilliant speakers from our individual speakers and also table topic speakers, now let's move to the heart of Toastmasters, that is the evaluation session. And to begin with, I would like to call the individual evaluators, starting with this flash speech evaluation that will be delivered by Toastmaster Rena. Toastmaster Rena, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Garda. So I'm going to share 2 commendation and 2 recommendation for 2 speakers. Let's start with our first flash speaker, Toastmaster Vincent, who shared about his favorite books by Dale Carnegie. So what I like the most from his speech is the visibility of him to the screen. I can see that you are visible and I can see your hand gestures, and you use that to emphasize the points in your speech. The second thing that I like from Toastmaster Vincent's speech is I think he embodies the idiom walk the talk, while he giving an example of how to make new friends and also keep mentioning this new friend's name so that it would be the most beautiful music to his ears. Now this is the 2 recommendations that I would like to give to Toastmaster Vincent. The first thing is take your time and take a deep breath before you start the speech, because I saw that you were a bit distracted by your device at the beginning of your speech. So please keep in mind that you have time to take a deep breath before you start your speech. In that way, you can be more comfortable and you can be calmer when delivering your speech. And the second thing that I would like to recommend to Toastmaster Vincent is close your speech with a call to action. For example, you can say that, so fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, whenever you make a new friends, ask for their names and remember it, and also mention it frequently in that way, because it's the most beautiful music to their ear. Now moving on to our second speaker, which is GTM Alfin, who shared about his recent experience in Bandung conference. So the 2 things that I like from his speech, the first one is he has a brilliant way to engage with the audience at the beginning by asking a question, who was attending the Bandung conference? In that way, everyone is hooked to his speech, and then he can move on smoothly from that. And the second thing that I like from his speech is the call to action at the end, because he said that, so everyone, please take a selfie when you were in a networking session or in a conference to commemorate that you were meeting a new friends. Now, I also have two recommendations for DTM Alfin. The first one is, because there is a time limitation, I think you can be more intentional with your slides. I think you can only mention the slides with the Poh Kim Xiong, and then when it turns into the slides with another fellow Toastmasters, you can just say, oh, and this is the selfie that I took with fellow Toastmasters. I don't think you want to mention it one by one. And the second recommendation is, you can emphasize your closing by taking a real selfie with all of us, even though it's an online setting. So all in all, congratulations to those two speakers, and also congrats to SGBD for giving a new twist to your regular meeting. Back to you, GE.
Brilliant, Toastmaster Rena. Thank you for sharing your evaluation. That will be very beneficial, not only to the last speech speakers, but also to all of us. Next, we are going to have the delivery of the individual evaluation for the first speaker that will be brought by Toastmaster Flo. Toastmaster Flo, over to you.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Happy morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Tonight, we had a brilliant pleasure of listening to Toastmaster Auliya's icebreaker speech. A little about me. I always love icebreaker speeches. Why? Because it is the start of something new. And Toastmaster Auliya, your speech felt like a very warm introduction of your story. From the moment you share how your friend Toastmaster Satrio introduced you to Toastmaster, I felt like we are having a very heart-to-heart conversation because your friend has introduced you to Toastmaster, even though he joined Batavia. Maybe someday. Fingers crossed. Now, I want to talk about some things that you did very well in your speeches. First, you have a very clear and steady voice. Toastmaster Auliya, your speech was very calm and you were very steady throughout your speech. You didn't rush, and actually it made very easy for us to follow your story. Now, for a first time speaker, there is a very brilliant strength to have. Secondly, one of my favorite parts of the speech was how genuine you were. You opened up about your background, how your life in Yogyakarta, how you love Yogyakarta, and your journey you went through to find Toastmaster, especially HBD Toastmaster Club. Truthfully, I really love how you describe everything about Jogja, and it painted a really peaceful place to live. And that kind of honesty that helped us connect as a person. Now, every speech always needs a room of improvement. Now, how can we make that speech even better? First, camera framing. Now, I realized that during the speech, half of your face was hidden because it is in an online setting, right? We rely a lot on facial expression to connect with our audience. Next time, we can try to adjust your camera angle or the lighting so that we can see your full faces, so we can feel more engaged with you, connected with you. Do not need to feel fear because we do not bite yet. Secondly, let's watch for the time. I understand that you slightly went over the time limit. I know that you wanted to tell everyone about you, but we do not need to pack it in all into one speeches because we still have a very long way of our project. Still have your second project, writing with purposes, and for the project, you can tell us more about yourself. Now, Now, this is a small challenges for you. Try to record speeches while practicing so that you can watch for two things. Your full face. Can I see my face? And secondly, am I keeping it within the time limit? Now, Toastmaster Auliya, even with this small improvement, you you will become a very great speaker. To summarize this, Toastmaster Auliya, you have given us a very heartfelt and clear icebreaker, and a small adjustment on your visual and timing will make your next speech shine even brighter. So, Toastmaster Auliya, welcome to Toastmaster. We are all excited to hear more from you. Back to you, GE.
Wonderful and brilliant evaluation, Toastmaster Flo. I hope that it will also enhance how Toastmaster Auliya will deliver her speech in the upcoming projects. And last but not least, we are going to listen to what Toastmaster Ari has to offer regarding his evaluation toward our second speaker. Toastmaster Ari, over to you.
Thank you. Let's start with the brilliant. So, Sunny, you're a brilliant speech. You deliver a brilliant speech. I have this method that we usually say that a sandwich one. Okay. So let's deal with the good thing. I make a 4 points that you deliver really good on your speech. The first one is you have a very good expression through your word and face. Okay, so that you have a good facial expression, you get a word that you use is really delivering the message that you want. The second one, you have a good body language. So you use your hand, you use your face, you look into the camera. So we feel that you really is talking to us, even though through the screen. That's the good point. The third point, you did really good with the storytelling. You have the start, you have the middle, the conflict, and then you give us the resolution, or how does it end? How do you feel? That's a very good storytelling structure. And the fourth one is the good takeaways. So you always give us like a jokes in the end, or give us how do you feel at the end, so we can resonate more with you through your speech. That's all the good things. Now, just like my quotes, today I will make you more wise, very wise. That is, you need to improve on your stage movement, because you look like so you don't really confident when you're moving around. Okay, you don't know where you should put your body. You move like this and then stop, and then you look around like this. You somehow look like a robot. Not that bad. Not that bad. Probably you're more used to speak in person, but in this hybrid meeting or this online meeting, you need to improve on that skill. And the last thing that I wish you to improve is the way you hook us up at the beginning. You can give us a more strike question. You can ask, so anybody remember our last meeting? Well, I'm sorry for the guests, but for members, do you still remember it? You can do it like that. And then you can explain what happened actually, because there's a lot of guests today. So, to close it up, you already have a good structure, you can deliver it well. And I look up for your next speech or anybody's speech, or for your personal growth, that is, you can use a better start and use a better body language in front of an online setting. Thank you. So that's all. Keep it in mind.
Brilliant, Toastmaster Ari. Thank you for sharing your evaluation to our second speaker, Toastmaster Sony. And that will be all from our individual evaluators. And now I would like to call our timer, Toastmaster Donna, to deliver your timing report regarding the eligibility for all individual evaluators.
Thank you to our journal evaluator, Toastmaster Garda. I'm here to present you the time report. First, we have Toastmaster Rena at 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And then we have Toastmaster Flo at 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And lastly, we have Toastmaster Ari at 3 minutes and 11 seconds. So that means Toastmaster Rena and Toastmaster Ari are eligible to be voted. Thank you. Back to you, Gerald Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Donna. So two out of three evaluators are eligible to be voted. So yeah. So I would like to ask Toastmaster Vincent, and thank you for sharing. So Toastmaster Vincent has shared the link for the voting for the favorite evaluator. So everyone, please cast your vote for the best or most favorite evaluator by clicking the link as provided in the chat box. In the meantime, while we are having and collecting your ballot, we are going to move to the next evaluation session that will be presented by my Rangers. So I would like to start with the Ah-WoD report from Toastmaster Brian, our brilliant Brian. So Toastmaster Brian, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, GE. Give me a second to share my screen. Is it visible on your end?
It is still processing on my end. Oh, no, it's visible.
All right, so hello everyone, back again. This is Brian. I'm going to deliver my report and I'm going to structurize my report into two parts. First of all, let's walk through on a general comment of how's everyone doing with regards to their pauses, filler words, and filler sound. I think from the report, if you can see that we witnessed most of our speaker master the excellent pauses and brilliant use of English. They try to avoid any filler word and filler sounds. As you can see, we only have a 25 filler word and filler sounds mentioned and repeated in their speeches. For the word of the day, we have 17 times mentioned by all of the speakers, with most of the speakers were coming from you, actually, Toastmaster Garda, followed by other speakers such as Toastmaster Ari, and then Toastmaster Sonny, and then guest Nancy, as well as our Toastmaster Leony. Now let's move on to our, detailed report on the Ah-WoD counter. I think I just want to highlight several speakers in this report. First of all, our first flash speaker, Toastmaster Vincent, although there were no filler words or filler sound made by the speaker, but I do think what I listened from his speech was that lots of the starter of his speech started with the and, like and as a connection to the next sentence. I do believe it would be great if you can expand and try other words to connect the words with the next sentence, such as furthermore, additionally, in additions, and etc. And then second is that Toastmaster Auliya, which I believe the use of filler sound and filler word always began at the beginning of the sentence. Hence, what I would recommend, I think, to practice more, to invest more time to remember, internalize the contents so that this filler sound and filler word could be mitigated from happening. And lastly is a guess intent. I believe what is unique or new from this speaker was the use of as a overused words in her speech. I do believe that hopefully this report could be a sign that you often use the word in your speech, and you might want to work on that to try to eliminate or change the overused word of with other I just say that with more. I think to reduce the use of overused words. Yeah, I think that's the best option, not to repeat that over and over again, that can dilute your message. I believe that's all of my report as INWOD counter. I give the control back to our GE.
Wonderful, Toastmaster Brian. Thank you for sharing your report, and that will be very beneficial for all of us to minimize and reduce the filler words so that we can also make, a better avenue for us to be a better speaker in the future. And next, we are going to listen our grammarian report from Bu Harlina. Over to you.
Okay, thank you very much for showing me how to unmute myself. So let's go for it. I noticed some mispronunciations. Somebody said impassioned. I think it's impatient. Also, bachelor. That is how you pronounce it. Grateful. And somebody said failure. It's actually failure. Somebody said chosen one is the chosen one. And be careful, it is about a face. Faces, not feces, which means totally something totally different. So faces. Next, what I heard is I want to share to you. I think it's better to say I want to share with you. Don't do things like me. Better avoid negatives, so better avoid doing things like I do. The longer I met someone, maybe this is a statement, a fact. So the longer I meet someone, better in the simple present. He asked me to selfie. He asked me to take a selfie with me. Moving from my comfort zone, better to say moving out of my comfort zone. I look so introvert. One way how to say it, I likely give off an introverted vibe. In the free time, in my free time. I really enjoy in Jogja. I really enjoy Jogja, or I really enjoy being in Jogja. Gojek. Why did she say Gojek? Because if you say it in English and you want to keep it neutral, it's much longer. You will call it the ride-hailing motorcycle taxi. Too long, yeah. Maybe it's easier to say Gojek. Jogja is the most peaceful city. Yeah, online. I should have said online. Yes, indeed. Jogja is the most peaceful city as I know. Just say the most peaceful city I know. He will be evaluated. Maybe I didn't hear correctly. We were evaluated by a lot of hands, a lot of, so more than one, yeah. So there should be an S. They start meeting one another. Maybe better say they start meeting each other. Have you ever feel like that? Have you ever felt like that? Present perfect, yeah. I want to go to the fast of the universe. I think I want to go to the fastness of the universe. Maybe what is the ask? I think what you meant is what is the question or what are you asking for? That is all for me. This is correct. This is grammatically correct. But I notice that most of us, we mention this sentence. Maybe we can try to say it in a different way. Like that is everything from me, or that that concludes my part. You deliver very good. Good is an adjective. Actually, you want to say you deliver very well. Beautiful phrases. You should remember the name of the person no matter what. Thank you. What reminder. Jogja is the most peaceful city as I know. I know it's not correct grammarly, but I love that sentence. Why not both? Why only one or the other? There is only one me. I love the way how this Toastmaster said, people of poor means, instead of just saying poor people. If there's an opportunity, I better not miss it. And the word wondrous, which means marvelous and remarkable. Thank you very much. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Awesome, very detailed report and very meticulous one. To Master Harlina, thank you so much for sharing. I always learn a lot from you, Ibu. And that is also the beauty of learning altogether in Toastmasters. And now, um, moving on to my report, I hope that I can make it brief and quick. I hope that everyone can see my screen. Okay, so this is my part and my duty to deliver and to give the general evaluation report with regard to today's meeting. So I my overall impression is that I would come up with the PhD part. So the first one is the punctuality. So I would applaud SBD Toastmasters despite some technical glitches at the beginning. We started on time, that is very good. And I love the hospitality, the warm ambience and also the welcoming gesture from each and every one of you, especially the club officers of SBD Toastmasters Club. It is also a gentle reminder to all of us that regardless of no matter how many times you have attended Toastmasters meeting, there's always a place and a heart for you to always come back to, and one of which is by joining SBT Toastmasters, just like what I did 5 years ago, if I can share, and finally becoming a member. I hope that any of the guests joining today can also be part of SBT Toastmasters later on. And for the delivery, the house rules, the club president opening, they were delivered effectively. And also, I love the flash speech session. It is very innovative, and this is very the first time we have this session. I hope that we have this kind of session in the upcoming meetings. And thank you for the shared agenda in the chat box. It gives such a general reminder that we need to conduct the meeting in a timely manner. Next, for the Toastmasters of the meeting, I love the way you are being assertive in leading the meeting and pointing out the agenda, and also keep reminding the officers taking this role of what should be done, what should not be done. And you are so welcoming. You give an open arms to any one of us, and that will give a warm ambience, and that is what is exactly needed in every Toastmasters meeting. And I love the natural engagement brought by our Toastmaster meeting. I feel like everyone is welcomed. I hope that everyone is feel the same thing as me. And maybe for some room for improvements, or RFI is rooms for improvements, maybe you can consider to use the visual aids, because this is the online meeting, so that everyone can have a bigger picture, like what is exactly being discussed, what is exactly the question that is being thrown out, so everyone can catch up at the same time. Next, for the table topics master, congratulations, Toastmaster Eleos. I guess that this is your very first time in conducting the table topic session. You have always been our favorite in the table topic session. You are always being initiative in being the table topic speaker, and now you become the table topics master. What I love about the table topics master himself is that he is so innovative. He incorporates the visual aid, the voiceover, and also the front face talk, meaning that he knew that it would be the online setting for everyone, that it brought us together with all of our senses. That is very clever. He gave a simple yet thought-provoking question or topics, and what I loved about it is that he provided a theme to address or to answer, like some details and the deep drop about the boxes. And also, I love the natural engagement brought by Toastmaster Elias himself, and some rooms for improvements. He might mind the time because we already started late for the table topic session, but worry not. You nailed it in, collecting the 5 speakers from the table topic session. And you can also consider an effective, clear opening delivery so that you know how to use the time effectively, given the time that is limited. Next, for the individual evaluator from Toastmaster Flo, Toastmaster Arvi, and Toastmaster Rena, what I like from all of you is that you are very accommodating, supportive. You gave the sandwich method. You gave the applicable advices to all speakers and to your respective speaker that was evaluated by yourself. And Toastmaster Ari, I love the way that you gave the smile, even though that you gave the proper pauses, but you gave your smile. It gave a warm, an attractive what is it called, the admiration from all the audience, so that we could capture you in order when you gave those evaluations to all of us. And Toastmaster Rena, I love you gave the concise and effective way for both speakers, and something that I had in mind to any of the individual evaluators in the upcoming meetings, that you might consider to dive deeper into the content, not only limited for the technical delivery, because it gave us, a mutual understanding and also a clearer thinking on how to listen carefully to what the speaker said in his or her speech. I hope that it might be applicable given the limited time. And for my rangers, for the timer, you gave such clear report, and in addition, you may explain the importance of minding the time, where it's important to mind the green, yellow, or right signal, so that we know exactly what is going on in here, why we should, consider that in our delivery in upcoming meetings, for example. And for Grammarian, Bu Harlina, thank you so much for give such a frequent reminder on the use of WOD. And I love the detail that you gave in your report. And maybe for the upcoming or next grammarian in any meetings in the Toastmasters, other than pointing out or give some corrections on how to say or deliver the sentences in a grammarly manner, you may pick one or two themes or subjects that is frequently spoken in our daily basis for deep breakdown. Like, for example, the use of gerund, or the use of not only but also like something like that, to give additional knowledge, and so that will be very having a broad and also wide what is it called, vocabulary in our mindset. And for Toastmaster Brian, in WOD counter, you gave such clear, effective visualization so that we could catch up. What are the reports that you brought in this meeting? And maybe you can also add some applicable suggestion. You already gave one at the end of your report, and maybe some additional one that can be, we can also practice a little bit to how to minimize the filler words. And for Toastmaster Vincent, thank you so much for giving such an effective delivery as a ballot counter. And last but not least, this is my guard tips. Garda, pun intended. 3 things that I would like to suggest to you all is that first, don't forget to breathe, because slow breathing will allow yourself to think clearer. It also reduce your anxiety whenever you speak before an audience. And never settle for less. Find and make mistakes as much as you can, because Toastmasters is a safe place for everyone to learn. And last but not least, come again. We look forward to having you in our next session in SBD Toastmasters. That to be all from me. I give the control back to Toastmaster of the meeting. Oh, but before that, I would like to call Toastmaster Vincent to present us the ballot cast, who is the most favorite prepared speaker, table topic speaker, and also individual evaluators. Toastmaster Vincent, over to you.
Hello everyone, does my screen already visible?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, thank you for your vote. Welcome to the Hall of Fame for making our SCB Toastmaster Club become great again. So I will make it. Who is it? Can you erase this green pen? Sorry, who did this?
I think you can just continue.
Already. Okay. Okay. Something. Okay, I will just continue. First, for the most favorite prepared speaker, it goes to TM Sony. Congratulations, TM Sony. Please, everyone, give a round of applause to TM Sony.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Have a picture first, TM Sony.
Okay, let's take a picture, Toastmaster Sonny. And 2, Oh, wait, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, check that. All right. Back to you. Vincent.
Okay, next for the most favorite tabletop speaker goes to DTM Alfin. Congratulations, DTM Alfin. Please give a round of applause to DTM Alfin. Congratulations. And please have a picture first.
Okay, so yeah, let's take a picture first.
Thank you, thank you.
Resources are often in 3, and 2, and 1. Correct. All right.
Alright, congratulations, DTM Alfin. Okay, next. For the most favorite evaluator goes to TM Rena. Congratulations, TM Rena, and give a round of applause to TM Rena.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Rena.
JaBaT.
Okay, Rena. Let's have a picture in 3, in 2, and 1. Correct. All right. That's it.
Everyone, thank you for your vote for our most brilliant speakers. And if you have any questions about SCB Toastmaster Club for the guests, you can contact TMDD, our VP of membership. Unfortunately, she is not here in this meeting, but you can scan this barcode or contact her in her phone number below. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
All right, thank you so much, our ballot counter, and also our general evaluator for today, Dr. Garda, for all the thorough evaluation and also his gut tips. That is so amazing. Anyway, hopefully we can be more brilliant in our next meeting, because actually brilliance doesn't just happen once or twice. It's built through consistent practice and also a thoughtful evaluation, just like what we have today. And now, thank you so much for every single one of you here who's still participating from the beginning of our meeting to the end of our meeting as well. Congratulations also for our winner for today from Toastmaster Sony, this is Toastmaster Alfin, and also Toastmaster Rena. Now I would like to leave you all with just one quote. And this quote is, "One brilliant thought can go further than you think. So keep picking up." That is all from me as your Toastmasters of the meeting. I would like to hand the control back to our club president, Toastmaster Donna. Toastmaster Donna, this screen is yours.
Wow, what a meeting! Let's give a round of applause to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Leony. Woohoo! Wow, we got to learn how our favorite quotes could inspire us throughout our lives, and we got to listen to so many wonderful speakers, had a great time. What an interesting session with the flash speeches and with the brand new table topics on the background. Thank you, Toastmaster ET. So, just a few things before we go. So thank you for being with us here at SABD Toastmasters Club. We are supportive, courageous, brilliant, and determined. I would like to congratulate our very first time speaker, Toastmaster Auliya. Where is she? Can you raise your hand, please? Oh, there she is at the very bottom. Would you like to be on screen? So everyone, please unmute yourselves and say one more time, congratulations, Toastmaster Auliya.
Congratulations.
Toastmaster
Congratulations,
Auliya.
Auliya.
Congrats, Auliya.
Did a good job. And next, I'd like to inform you that we are not meeting next week due to Idul Adha holiday. And we will be meeting the following week for the SCVD Executive Committee election. If you have not signed up, you should. Here's the thing. You can nominate yourself and others, and there's no limit to how many forms you can fill. So fill them out. Fill them out, please. Right here, scan the QR code or go to SID/V7RRD so that you can let us know your nominees and vouch for them. So scan if you haven't already, because you should. And don't forget to RSVP so that I know that we're reaching quorum. Wink. And also, very important, on June 14th, 2025, we will have our second, technically, Speechcraft workshop led by the Speechcraft coordinator himself, distinguished Toastmaster Alfin. Would you like for me to explain or for you to explain? If he ain't here, I will. So, Speechcraft is a chance for you to have a little taste of Toastmasters. So guests, because you're still here, you don't have to join and be a member and have a 6-month commitment and then make 20 speeches. Calm down. There's a chance for you to do just that and gain those skills, but in a mini version. It's like, petit fours, like tiny pies, and then you umplot it, and then you get to eat. So, info is right here. Text us at this number and get familiar with Toastmasters even more through the Speechcraft one-day workshop. Click, click. So if you need more information regarding SCVD Toastmasters Club, don't forget to text us at this number that will link you to Toastmaster Dede, our VP of Membership. Follow us on Instagram and watch us on YouTube. And if you'd like to just get to know, get to hang out, stay tuned. We are gonna have a chit chat afterwards. You can eat and relax, and I look forward to seeing you again. So, with the power vested in me, before I close, we meet every Friday except next week, 7 to 9 p.m. at GMT+7 at the Ministry of Education Library at Jalan Jenderal Sudirman, Jakarta. And every week online at this link. So, with the power vested in me, I officially adjourn this meeting by saying happy morning!
Happy
Happy
morning.
morning.
Happy
Thank you,